The opinions expressed by the host and guest on this program are solely their own and do not represent the views or opinions of Blind United. We strive to provide diverse perspectives and discussions on our platform, but the opinions expressed should be understood as personal viewpoints and not reflective of Blind United as an organization.
It's time. It's time for
coffee time.
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 And here is your coffee time crew.
Well, good Friday morning, y'all. It is TGIF, and welcome back to another edition of Coffee Time with Blind United. So, in the crew this morning, of course, is me, Ed, and then we got Brittany. Good morning, Britt.
Good morning.
And then we got Miss Carol.
Good, fantastic Friday, everyone.
Okay. And then my brother Pedro back there working in buttons.
Good morning, guys. Good morning.
So, again, it is TGIF. So, tonight on our interest groups, we got a descriptive movie night. So we're doing what I pick.
The Bone Collector.
Yeah, The Bone Collector. I mean, it's a great movie, a great mystery kind of movie. Denzel Washington, J-Lo. You know what I'm saying?
That's Angelina Jolie. J-Lo is not in that one.
I could have sworn it was J-Lo in this.
It's Angelina Jolie.
Okay, well, my bad. I stand corrected. I will fact check myself a little bit later because I've always thought it was J-Lo. But anyway, regardless who it is, it's a good movie. You know what I'm saying? So, again, audio descriptive, come on out. Check it out with us tonight at 6 p.m. Get your snacks, adult beverages, regular beverages, whatever beverages you do. You know what I'm saying? And hang out and listen to a good movie. So anyway, it's Friday. How's everybody's Friday morning? You ready for your weekends? Not everybody can speak at one time.
I'm ready for my weekend. I'm going to actually see a play that they're presenting down here called See What I See by some women through Living Beyond Limits. So it should be pretty exciting tomorrow at the Dallas Museum of Arts down here. So
okay.
What does Living Beyond Limits do, Carol? I know I follow them on Facebook, but what are they? What is that?
It's like an organization that basically encourages you to live beyond your limits. They always do something in the community, whether it be getting out and protesting to try to make things a little bit more, audio descriptive for us, like when we go into museums or braille for restaurants, menus, things of that sort. And always, they throw like a little annual anniversary thing where you can come out, dance, do karaoke, and just different little things in the community that they try to strive to make sure that you live your best life and give you resources to kind of help you if you're lacking in some types of areas that you need assistance with.
Didn't we have somebody on the show early on that was from the organization?
You may have Melva Henderson. Does that name sound familiar?
I think it does. It does.
Yeah, she's the founder, and she does a lot of things, out here in the community. So you may have. I probably have missed that episode, so I can't recall.
Right. Well, I've heard of them as well. So, hey, that sounds like a lot of fun, going out there trying to, try to make things better for the community,
Yes.
So.
And it's audio descriptive. So someone's voice is going to be describing what actually, individuals like myself can't see. So I'm excited to participate and sit down and partake of what they have to say.
Right. Check it out, and well, you now you got something to let us know how your weekend went on Monday.
Definitely. Definitely.
So, you got anything planned for the weekend, Brett?
No, I do
Okay,
not have
okay.
any plans for this weekend.
Well, we're dealing with a lot of snow and stuff down on this end. You up on you on the hill or you down?
Oh, I'm down the hill, but it is snowing. I heard that's better there.
Well, you're roboting a little bit, baby. But yeah, I mean the Cajon Pass has got snow. They even said they got snow on the Grapevine this morning. So the what we want to call it, the L.A. Basin is getting snowed in.
Wow.
Not the city, but the mountains that surround us.
Okay.
The pass is coming in from other parts of the state. So, uh, uh, Pedro, what you got going on, my brother?
Nothing much. Just doing some studying on a certification that I'm trying to get. Um, yeah, so I'm just studying a few hours here, a few hours there. I gotta start studying and stuff like that because once I start taking this course, even though I could work on my own pace, I'm gonna have to study and shit. Sorry for the cussing, but yeah, I will have to study and you know what I mean? So it takes a few hours. It could be 4 hours a day, you know. But I need to start already setting up a schedule for myself.
Right. Okay, well, I'm gonna plan on doing a bunch of studying myself this weekend. I finally got this live AI turned on my glasses, and I'm gonna sit around the house and play with them and try to get familiar with how to use them and stuff. So when we do this trip to CSUN this upcoming week, be able to do that. So anyway, that's enough about us. I guess we better jump into this article so we don't run out of time. Where we at on time? Oh, we still got 10 minutes for this one. So let's jump into the first one. What was this about these? We got some spies. We done indicted some spies here in America. So check this out.
Hey, Coffee Time crew. Cybersecurity is once again making headlines as the U.S. Department of Justice, DOJ, indicts 12 Chinese nationals, including government officials and private hackers, for their role in a decade-long cyber espionage campaign. The case highlights the growing concerns over state-sponsored hacking, data security, and global cyber warfare. What happened? The indictment accuses members of the Chinese government, private hackers, and cyber espionage groups of targeting U.S. federal agencies, businesses, and individuals. Their operations involved. Who was involved? The hacking firm iSoon, led by Wu Haiba, allegedly played a central role in orchestrating cyber attacks. APT-27, also known as Silk Typhoon, a notorious hacking group, is believed to have carried out many of the breaches. China's Ministry of Public Security, MPS, is accused of backing and benefiting from these cyber activities. Who were the targets? Over 100 organizations were affected, including U.S. federal and state agencies, private businesses, foreign ministries, human rights activists, and media outlets. Among the most notable victims was the U.S. Treasury Department, raising alarms about the security of financial and governmental data. How did they do it? The hackers used advanced tactics such as IT supply chain attacks to gain access to sensitive information. These methods allowed them to steal confidential data, monitor communications, and disrupt networks. The bigger picture: China's hacker-for-hire ecosystem. The case has shed light on China's hacker-for-hire system, where private contractors and hacking groups operate semi-independently, often selling stolen data to government agencies like the Ministry of State Security, MSS, and MPS. This outsourcing of cyber warfare allows China to conduct cyber espionage while maintaining plausible deniability. What happens next? The 12 indicted individuals remain at large, presumably in China. The U.S. government has issued arrest warrants and is offering up to $12 million in rewards for information leading to their capture. China has denied the allegations, calling them politically motivated and accusing the U.S. of hypocrisy in cybersecurity matters. Why this matters? Cybersecurity is a growing concern, especially as nation-states increasingly turn to hacking as a tool of economic, political, and military influence. This case raises key questions. How should the U.S. and its allies respond to state-sponsored cyber threats? What steps should businesses and individuals take to protect sensitive data? Will indictments like this deter future cyber attacks, or are they simply symbolic gestures? What do you think? Should governments hold foreign hackers accountable through legal action, or are more aggressive countermeasures needed? How can businesses and individuals better protect themselves against cyber threats? Join the conversation and share your thoughts. Now back to the coffee time crew.
Well, it's crazy that we live in a world where your enemies can harm you from thousands of miles away. You know what I'm saying? I mean, again, like to say these guys are indicted, but they're not even here. They still over in China, right? I guess as well as again that this plausible deniability thing. The China, they're like to say a high for hire thing. That way they operate independently, and then if they come up with something, they get a hold of their contact person and get rewarded. I mean, I don't mean to laugh, but that's basically what they're doing to us, right? So, man, it's sad. Now, should we do something more aggressively? I believe so. Yeah, of course I do. I mean, I guess that's why we got to get into our own cybersecurity kind of thing, and get our own hackers in order. Like, I mean, what about all these guys on YouTube, hack the hackers? You know what I'm saying? To where now we hacking into their system. We let them know, hey, look, we right here looking at you, fool. Whatever the case may be. But again, that's my opinion. So, what you think, Britt?
Monica said, "Happy Freaky Friday." Mean Daily said, "Grand Rising, everyone," and "Good morning, Miss Carol." And God First also said, "Good morning, everyone."
Well, good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Okay, so what's your thoughts on these hackers, Britt?
I agree with you, Ed. Like, shit, it's just crazy. Maybe we can hack the hackers. It's crazy. Like, it just seems like every time we try to figure out what's going on, a hacker, somebody outsmarts that, and it's never ending.
Right, right, right. Miss Carol?
I agree wholeheartedly with the both of you. I mean, we need to get them back. We have intelligence here, people that are smart that can hack over there as well. So to let them know, hey, I see you like you see me.
Right, right, right. Well, I know you got a few things to say, Pedro.
Yeah. Well, warfare has been happening for a long time.
I
Um,
agree.
you know, and this is something new with China getting third-party hackers. I know for a fact the top three, four countries have hacking teams. United States, uh,
Right, right. I
it's
was
up
going to say
close.
that as well. It ain't just China.
Yeah.
It's all of the major,
Mhm. Countries. Yeah.
countries. Yeah.
And like in any other country, right here too, we swoop up those talents, and we put them to work. We do have those hackers, within government, and even I think China picked up a trick from our corporations because we have technology corporations that develop devices that when somebody finds a flaw or hacks into the device, they have a bounty. Instead of exploiting it, they will go get that bounty. Sometimes it could be $1 million. So, that's a tactic they probably picked up from the corporations that do this. Because I know if you find a flaw within an Apple, they willing to pay you $1 million for that. Um, Also with cybersecurity,
Isn't that kind of like promoting hacking?
well, hacking is good. All right, it's a there's a line that you can cross when you're manipulating data. So let's say, for example, you get into a corporation, a government computer, right? Um, as long as you see and read and not write anything or change anything, you're within guidelines.
And document how you made your access.
Yeah, but when it comes to government computers, even just getting in is not allowed. And what happens is hackers get into these servers and networks, and they leave like a little file, like leaving their little trademark. That is, I guess it's counterintuitive, but able to get into these government computers. But there is a super computer that people in that even the government agency says, come ahead and hack it, and it's and it's unbearable to hack. But there's playgrounds online to teach yourself how to hack and other things like that. And hacking is basically knowing how the computer works, how network protocols work, how a little bit of HTML, some programming like Python, some CSS, and other things like that. Knowing the process of these different connections of networks and servers and stuff like that, you are able to obtain backdoors, even if you want to
I
run
mean,
into someone's Wi-Fi.
how do we prevent? I mean, again, military's got they self covered, or I mean, not military, but the government, right?
Hmm.
A lot of these corporations, they got money where they've got their cybersecurity teams working, depending on where they at, right? Whatever.
Hmm.
Hopefully, I mean, we know for a fact that like the health organization down there in Santa Fe Springs or whatever it is, right?
Hmm.
Monica's thing, right? They
Hmm.
got in there and I mean, again, they messed it all up. Well, messed up the whole system stuff, right?
Well, they locked it down.
Right, right. So I mean, again, but it's still they got in there, they messed up, that messed all this up. They do whatever they do, right? Whether it's
Hmm.
lock it down, steal your data, whatever the case may be, right?
Hmm.
How do we prevent that?
Well, when it comes to companies and healthcare and like corporations and stuff like that, most of the time it's because of a worker logging in, having an easy password, having no password, or having a password with the term password.
Right, but we do have the technology now to basically, generate a password from within the system. You understand what I'm saying? And then give them their password.
Yeah, yeah, but most like systems tell you to create a password. They want you to memorize this password. I know with certain login and stuff, they want you to do more than eight
Well,
characters.
I ain't trying to be funny or nothing, Pedro, but
Hmm.
Britt, Carol, all right, your social security number, that's 13 numbers, right?
Hmm.
Right.
Okay, your driver's license number, I forget how much that is, but with a letter here in California.
It's around like
Okay,
7 digits, but that's
but
why.
we memorize that stuff.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, but
That's my point. So even though it may be a generated, authorized password that we issue,
hmm
I don't understand. Just like they got issued a driver's
but
license, just like they got issued a social
okay,
security number.
okay. Let me give you an example because you didn't let me finish what I was gonna say. What I was gonna say, I recommend doing a password up to 20 characters, and it needs to be some special characters with numbers and uppercase and lowercase. If you do a 8-digit password, I could load up a password cracker. Okay. So when someone, like, let's say you're the corporation and you give me a password and it's capital Q S capital T, and it's like that, you're not gonna memorize that. But if you create a password with several phrases and numbers and all this other stuff and make it up to 20 characters or 25 to 30 characters long, it is gonna be way harder for someone to obtain that password.
Okay, and now also with this now, what is this secondary authorization kind of thing? You know, where you log in. I know everybody's seen that.
Oh,
I don't.
two-step, yeah.
Yeah, two-step authorization, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that also, you know what I'm saying, help get away from hackers?
Well,
I mean,
depending
everybody's
what
getting.
system you're using.
Well, let me ask a question this way. You know, a lot of pretty much everybody got a cell phone now, right? A lot of people that work for these major corporations, they have a corporate phone or a business phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So therefore, that secondary authorization, if it doesn't get authorized from that phone, then that's an automatic tell that it's somebody from somewhere else.
Yes, yes, that's if the company has provided you with a work phone, you know?
Well, even if it's your own phone, if it, you know, once we know what the phone is, what the phone ID is, right,
Mm-hmm.
and it's registered with the company as your personal phone,
Mm-hmm.
again, I don't see why it wouldn't work. I mean, I'm just trying to
Well,
play. Yeah, I'm trying to play the concerned American about this stuff as well.
but yeah, and then
So
when it comes to personal phones and you have a corporation and it's trying to do something like that, the trust of someone using their personal phone to obtain their corporation password or email for their corporation can be in risk right there. There
okay,
has
well, but again, corporations. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go here because I ain't that corporate. It ain't like they can't afford to give you a phone just for if nothing else for that purpose alone. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, let's say
anyway,
for healthcare, do you think they will give all their workers a cell phone?
I
They
mean,
do
again,
have their working computers. And
they
last time,
already overcharging the government. Why can't they give us? Why can't they give us it's a subsidized field, right?
mhm,
Healthcare. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, again, there's they can afford it. They can afford it.
yeah, but they
So,
do
but
provide working computers that they log in, and usually what happens when you forget your password and stuff like that, I was seeing it live. You will have to call their tech department to reset your password and give you grant access real quick, and then you put in your new password. But
well,
that's how I seen them verify. But I believe to kind of fix this problem because of different companies and sectors in our economy don't take care of a data real well, like
well,
credit companies, all these other companies that get hacked, even
well,
medical companies, and
well,
there has to be a mechanism, even if it's a centralized mechanism where everything is stored, and they will have to obtain access to get to certain personal information like social security. My doctor shouldn't have it. Once they have my medical records, it should be already blacked out. It should be already put it under another
I got you.
classification.
I got
uh
you.
yeah, when it comes to
There's a lot
telephone
of different
companies,
steps that should be taken.
yeah,
That's definitely for sure. I mean,
yeah.
again, so,
So
but anyway, I don't mean to cut you off, but in the essence of time,
oh yeah, for
we're at 24. So, we'll run these commercials. Britt, we'll just check out the comments for us while we
Tisha said, "What it do, guys?"
what it do,
Said,
Tish. Hey,
and Katie
Tisha.
Hey,
said, "Good
Tisha.
morning."
All right.
And
Well, good
yeah,
morning.
yeah, Katie said good morning, and she said that there's software to manage passwords and things like that. So
Well,
those are our
there's all
comments.
kind of different stuff. There's password generators, so, but All right, well, let's jump into these commercials and we get on to our second article. Did you know Blind United offers free training in assistive technology? We call them interest groups. We offer training in JAWS, NVDA, iPhone, iPad, as well as Meta Ray-Bans. We also have groups like support group, cooking groups, and crafting groups. There are also groups for entertainment like movie night and RS game night. For more information about all the interest groups that we offer, just email us at info@blindunited.org or visit our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Group. We would love to have you be part of the Blind United crew.
Do you need to talk? Are you struggling with your mental health? Are you struggling with substance abuse issues? Call the Orange County NAMI Warm Line. That number is 877-910-9276. That number again is 877-910-9276.
All right. Well, this next one, I forgot what this next one is about. Pedro, what's the next one about?
Wait a
The
minute, I just
title?
wanted to say something real quick. That was a very nice commercial that you just did, Ed. Wonderful.
Well, thank you very much, Carol. I appreciate it. Just try to do something new. I mean, how about this? My voice wasn't up there nowhere. Pedro got the intro. Brittany got a lot of the promos. So I
Right?
figured I want to slide my voice in there somewhere, right?
Definitely, definitely, definitely.
So, break it up a little bit, right?
Right.
Sharing
George, where's
responsibility.
George's commercial? George has to do one next. And George
Or
said,
me.
"Good morning,
Or
my
me.
Blind
I'll
United
do one
family."
Okay. Well, we have to work that out. We can get some sponsors. We can, hey, pick your voice.
Me?
What person you want? We can hook you up. So, what was this next one about, Pedro? Remember? I'm sorry. Title?
iPhone's latest update.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So check this out. iPhone just recently did an update. And if you don't like it, listen to this and we'll tell you how to fix it.
Hey Coffee Time crew. Apple's latest iOS update brought some major changes to the Mail app, aiming to improve email organization and management. However, not all users are happy with the redesign, especially with the new categorized inbox and contact photo icons. If you're looking to bring back the familiar Mail app experience, here's how you can adjust the settings to match your preferences. 1. Switching back to the traditional list view. The new Mail app automatically sorts emails into categories like primary, transactions, updates, and promotions. While this feature is designed to make inbox navigation easier, many users prefer a unified inbox view. To switch back to the traditional list format, many users prefer a unified inbox view. Open the Mail app on your iPhone. Tap the three-dot menu in the top right corner. Select List View to disable the automatic categorization. This will return your inbox to the classic, all-in-one email layout. 2. Removing contact photos for a cleaner look. Apple also introduced contact photos next to each email, which some users find unnecessary or distracting. To turn off this feature, go to Settings on your iPhone. Scroll down and tap on Mail. Toggle off Show Contact Photos. This will remove sender icons, giving your inbox a cleaner, more compact appearance. 3. Fixing the unread email badge count. The update also changed how the unread email count appears on the Mail app icon. If you're not seeing the correct number of unread messages, follow these steps. Open Settings and tap on Mail. Select Notifications and then Customize Notifications. Under Badge Count, choose All Unread Messages. This ensures that the read notification badge reflects the total number of unread emails instead of just those in the primary category. 4. Staying updated on future changes. Apple frequently updates its apps based on user feedback, so additional tweaks may be coming in future software releases. If you want to keep your device running smoothly, regularly check for updates under Settings, General, software update. For those who aren't fans of Apple's Mail app at all, remember that you can also install third-party email clients like Outlook, Gmail, or Edison Mail and set them as the default email app. Apple's iOS updates are always evolving, and while changes can take some getting used to, knowing how to customize your experience helps keep things running just the way you like. Now back to the coffee time crew.
All right. Well, Pedro, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't there two different steps? On one, you go in and tap on a three dot menu from within the mail app itself, right? I
Yeah,
heard something
correct.
about okay, so that's the mail app. Now,
Yeah,
I
you.
know we don't, our phones don't say three dots, right? So what does it say? Doesn't it, is that like a more menu or something like that?
Yeah, it's on the top right. It will be the Morse menu, and you will have the option to pick categories or list. And if you pick list and it goes back to normal, your badge count will go back to normal. So the third advice, if you want to keep it as categories but still want the mail app to show you the badges, you will do the third tip within that article.
Okay, so then yeah, so that's the one where you go into settings and then go down to mail and start turning that stuff on and off.
Correct.
Okay, okay, okay.
Hmm.
Well, I'm actually thinking about moving to doing my Outlook on there simply because I got Blind United stuff on my Outlook because they'll sync together. Correct?
They should. I've been back and forth with my Outlook on my phone and on my computers.
And
You
they stay
know,
synced with each other.
yeah, they stay synced up. Even managing emails and putting them in folders.
So you can access all your folders that you have on Outlook
You should
from the
be able to.
phone.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
okay,
should be able to.
okay, okay. Well, I mean, again, I don't do a lot on my phone. I mean, Britt, you do a lot on your phone. What you think about this update? You like it, or you? I mean, I don't. From what I'm hearing, all these pictures and all this other kind of stuff, I don't think folks in our community really need all that. That's just my opinion. What you think, Britt?
Tisha said that she likes the new promo. You put your foot in it, Ed, and she can't wait for Carol and George to do one.
Okay, okay. Well, like I said, we need some sponsors.
Want to sponsor, if you want us to advertise your business, info@blindunited.org.
Okay, you're avoiding my first question, Brett.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's whatever. I don't feel one way or the other about it. I just adapt and learn how to use it, I guess. I mean, I spend a lot of time in the mail app. I don't particularly care for the Outlook app on iOS, but it's okay. I've learned to
Okay.
accept it.
So I mean, but again, pictures and I mean the badges. I mean, man, just let me know who sent me an email and what it's about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Subject line, I'm good. Keep
Yeah,
it
no, I mean,
simple.
I can't see all that, so I don't really care about the pictures and the badges. But for the people who enjoy that, I hope they like it. If they like it, I love it.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, and the Outlook app on iPhone, it gets getting used to it. Um, it's a little different than the iPhone mail app.
So now if I
I know
switch
I don't
over,
like it. I mean, I've
uh,
noticed that I've had to scroll so much more, to just find what I'm looking for. And then it may pull up Google Play. And I'm like, I don't want that. I just want to know who sent me an email today, So I'm having to I might have to click on those three dots and try to separate it because it's separating the mail for me. And I don't like that.
right, right, right. That's another thing I don't like. It happens, and I mean, I'm kind of glad I don't really use my native mail app. And so if I do go to Outlook, I switch over and I make it my default. Then whatever they do with the native mail app is not going to affect Outlook in any way, right?
Right.
Okay, I'm good with that. So, but okay, well, I don't know. I mean, again, so I don't know. Maybe we had to get Pedro to do one of his advanced tech groups on about how to get your customize your mail app the way you want it to be. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Uh, 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 I know you do a lot with that stuff right there. It's just to me a lot. All that doesn't make any sense. I know you do widgets, you do all the other kind of stuff, so you do a lot more than most. So I mean, again, I still can't figure out the usefulness in it. I mean, how does it really help you, Pedro? I guess he must be multitasking.
Katie Katie commented, she said that, oh, Pedro left. She said that she doesn't mind the categories. She really likes the categories. She doesn't mind the new mail app, the setup.
Well, I'm still a little confused with badges. What exactly are badges?
Right. Pedro's back.
Yeah, what was the question? Sorry, my whole interface wanted to connect to my phone, and my phone was. I hate this connectivity issue.
No, we were just talking about that mail app. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know you use a lot of widgets, a lot of different things. I mean, so for you personally, this update, is it just more stuff in your way, or are
Regarding the mail app?
Yeah.
I didn't like it because when I was going through my messages and deleting my emails, when I will hop in my Outlook, it would still tell me 100 and something. In my iPhone, it would tell me just 30 messages. So when I switched back,
from your Outlook.
Yeah, so it wouldn't. It's not that it didn't delete them. The messages are coming in. It just got filtered out in my iPhone, but still came in my Outlook. They're
Right.
still in your mail app. The thing is, you have to show them all and start deleting them, and like that, it will delete them from Outlook. But it kept stacking up. I went from 400 down to 100, so that's why I switched over back to that because when I delete them from my phone or my computer, I want them to all sync up and be deleted.
Okay, so
And when it comes to widgets is a whole other thing besides the mail app. You can have a mail app widget, but this displays information. I think it's beneficial for us blind folks to use them because it displays information without going into that application, and you could get to information faster, and you don't have to navigate and swipe and double tap over and over.
well, maybe I just ain't moving that fast. I haven't found a reason for me to have to access this stuff that fast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
But
sometimes you just want a quick glance on things.
oh, I hear you. I mean, on that note, maybe the last 5 emails that came in or whatever, right quick. The top 5 or whatever. If I'm just let me take a minute. I know I heard the ding. Let me see who emailed me, right? Kind of situation, right? So, but on that note, I guess we can move into the next set of commercials so we can get to our last article.
Yeah, hold on, man. I just jumped in, and with this latest update here,
Let me get down there. I can run a couple
I
of
got
them.
it.
If you'd like to know more about Blind United, you can visit our website at blindunited.org. You can email us at info@blindunited.org. You can call us at 909-846-8825. You can follow us on Instagram at Blind United Interest Groups. You can follow us on X at Blind United 22. You can watch our YouTube channel, Blind United. You could join our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Groups, or you can follow our Facebook page, Blind United. Did you know that people in third world countries do not have access to canes? The You Can Give initiative gives canes to people all over the world who cannot get canes. The You Can Give initiative not only goes to these countries and gives people canes, but they give people canes and a digital recorder that is solar powered, that has instructions on how to use the cane and instructions on how to repair the cane. The You Cane Give initiative is a very worthy cause, giving canes to blind people all over the world. If you have a cane that you're no longer using, or a cane that's broken or bent, you can go to youcanegive.org and get a shipping label, and you can ship your cane to Jimmy in Tennessee, and he will refurbish it and give your cane to a blind person in a third world country. That website again is youcanegive.org.
Man, I can never say enough about the work Jimmy's doing. You know, I always tell everybody, man, just think about what life would be if you didn't have a cane. You know, folks in the community, you understand how important our canes are to us. So,
Yes,
I
yes.
mean, just imagine being in a country where, you can't get one. You're walking around with a piece of wood or a piece of pipe or whatever you can find. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to make it work. So I really appreciate what Jimmy's doing, all the work he's doing, and his team. He has a very strong team that works with him. He doesn't always make the trips to other countries. Sometimes he has, counterparts he's using. So again, but if you can help, please reach out to his youcanegive.org, get you a shipping label, and send him that old raggedy cane that you ain't using no more. So, all right. Well, right quick, Britt, any more comments before we jump into the next article?
No, convention's coming up for California. So if there's somebody you don't like, you could snatch their cane and you could give Jim.
Brittany.
Oh my goodness, Brittany, you gonna
That's a
steal
good one.
somebody's cane. Oh
That's
my
a good
goodness.
one.
All right. Well, I hope that's the mischief side of you and not the evil side of you. Okay. So anyway, this next one is, I don't know. I think this community might work out great for folks like us. So anyway, it's a new community they built down in Tempe, Florida, I believe it is. So check this out.
Hey, Coffee Time crew. Imagine a neighborhood where cars are completely absent, where streets are replaced with walkable pathways, and where daily life revolves around community interaction rather than traffic congestion. Welcome to Culdesac Tempe, America's first car-free neighborhood, which is proving that a car-free lifestyle is not just possible, it's thriving. A new vision for urban living. Culdesac Tempe, located in Tempe, Arizona, is a 17-acre development that was designed to prioritize people over vehicles. Construction began in 2019, fueled by a vision of creating a sustainable, community-focused neighborhood without the need for roads, garages, or parking lots. Instead of wide streets filled with cars, the neighborhood is connected by shaded pedestrian walkways, fostering a space where residents can engage with each other in shared public areas. This approach challenges America's deep-rooted car culture, proving that urban spaces can thrive without personal vehicles. What's it like to live in a car-free community? For residents of Culdesac Tempe, mobility doesn't rely on personal cars. Instead, they have access to free e-bikes for short trips, public transit passes for seamless commuting, ride-sharing services for when a car is absolutely necessary. This model encourages healthier, more active lifestyles, while also reducing the environmental impact of daily transportation. Beyond transportation, the car-free design fosters stronger social connections. Without the isolation of personal vehicles, residents are more likely to engage with their neighbors, participate in local events, and support on-site businesses, creating a tight-knit, interactive community. The economic and environmental impact. Culdesac Tempe is more than a real estate experiment. It is a demonstration of what sustainable urban development can achieve. Lower carbon footprint. By eliminating cars, the neighborhood reduces emissions, helping fight climate change while promoting eco-friendly transportation. Economic viability. The success of Culdesac Tempe proves that car-free developments are not just possible, but profitable, paving the way for future projects in other cities. The bigger picture. The rapid growth and success of Culdesac Tempe challenge traditional urban planning and offer a blueprint for the future. With cities becoming more congested and environmentally strained, car-free neighborhoods could be the next big movement in sustainable living. What do you think? Would you consider living in a car-free neighborhood? Could this be the future of urban design, or does America's reliance on cars make it an unrealistic model for most cities? Join the conversation and share your thoughts. Now back to the coffee time crew.
Well, I think I could really enjoy living in a neighborhood like that. You know, as long as it had, pretty much most of what I need within it. I mean, it's supposed to have, businesses and stuff like that. I guess, community interaction. So I guess they got, different, maybe little small movie theaters or something like that. I don't know. I guess it would depend on how big this one being 17 acres. I don't know how, what that comes out to in, miles and all that other kind of stuff. I don't think it's very, I don't think it's a whole lot of miles of anything, but I don't know. I could do it. I could do it. What about you, Brett?
I would love to live somewhere where I could just walk everywhere. That would be great as somebody who can't drive. And I figure it'd be good for the environment to have more places like this.
It'd be safer for us too, because we ain't got to worry about, crossing intersections with no audible signals and worrying about cars not paying attention to us and all that other kind of stuff. Man, I think it'd be great. You know what I'm saying? I don't
I
know.
mean, those
Okay.
e-bikes seem like they would hurt if you got hit with one of those or if you ran into one of those. I remember being on a college campus. Those things hurt to run into. Yeah, those things hurt.
Right, right, right. I mean, again, but again, they would have to be, I guess, have to have some kind of guidelines and regulations, especially if we're involved in the community. I can't see even having a community like that without not having some sort of a HOA kind of thing, right? To where okay, the regulations are you put the e-bike in a, anybody can use them, right? But you got to put them in a rack when you park them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That kind of
Right.
situation. So I don't know. Can you live there, Carol? I think I could retire to a place like that.
I believe that I could. I mean, it sounds like heaven on earth, like you say, and Brittany said, to be able to just walk with freedom back and forth. But uh, my only thing, I guess, I still have the hood in me. If something happened, how could the police or ambulance or fire truck get to me? But yeah, I believe I could live in something like that, and it would get me out and become more active without, fear of a vehicle, electric vehicle hitting me that I didn't hear and they didn't see. So yeah, I believe I could do it.
Okay, okay. Well, thank you for coming up with this, Pedro. I kind of like it. I guess you thought it might be a nice place to be as well. I guess that's why you found it for us.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it was an interesting article I read into, so I was like, pass it on. It'd be nice, although it can probably be difficult at first. Once you already obtain where everything's at and you start knowing the town, it can become easier. Depending on if it's structured like the skyscrapers. If it's like that, it's gonna be a whole lot of walking. Cause say 17 acres with different eight, let's say 5 floors, with different buildings and stuff. You
Right,
know,
depending on how like you
yeah,
said, depending
depending on
on how like you say, how
the
much
laid
stuff
out
they
is.
got. Yeah, how much stuff they got going on in your community development. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
but as long as
But
they provide most of everything I need, like you say, okay, the medical building is over here and the store building is over there. You know what I'm saying? You got your apartment buildings or whatever the case may be. You got your entertainment buildings.
Hmm.
You
But
know.
I gotta step away, guys.
Okay,
Something came up.
okay,
But
okay.
I'll talk to you.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, again, I could see it. I really could. I really could see living in something like that. I mean,
I
man,
could too. Hmm.
you got 17 acres. I mean, again, I'm not, again, I do the math and figure out how much, actual square footage that is, or, maybe that's 1 mile by 1 mile. I don't know. Maybe it's a half a mile by a half a mile. I don't know. So it just depends on what all they trying to fit in there. Maybe I would have to do a follow up article on this and see what all the people in that community have access to.
Oh
You
yeah, I
know,
definitely love a follow up article on this. And Katie also said that she would love to live in a place like that.
yeah.
So
I
yeah,
mean, I'm being
definitely.
honest. I think that would be really, really cool.
Yes.
Uh, so, but yeah, man, yeah, map it out in your head, and you know what I'm saying. I mean,
And
again, go
oh,
ahead,
I'm
Cal.
sorry, Ed. No, I was
No,
just
you
gonna say, I'm sure that something like this would, take down anxiety, your stress level, because you're not having to worry about, vehicles or lights and traffic and just this, that, and the other. All you got to look out for, I guess, is the e-bikes or the motorized wheelchairs.
right, right, right. I mean, again, and then I mean, there's I don't know why we can't do like the folks over in Europe and wherever places where they use like wheelchairs and bicycles and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not wheelchairs, but you know what I'm saying. Bottom line, they could put a little bell on it, ding ding. Let us they
That's
coming
right.
through.
That's right.
Something. You know what I'm saying to alert the pedestrians in front of them or whatever. I think that would work. I really do. I mean, maybe even like to say, stay to the middle with the e-bikes and wheelchairs and scooters or whatever, right?
Right.
Stay to the middle, let the pedestrians have the edges. I don't know. I mean, I think it could be worked out and be really, really, again, I keep saying once I get it mapped out in my head, right? Man, I think that would be great. I really do. You know,
Yes.
and then again, maybe even when you develop the community, you develop a digital map. Who knows? You know, something we can use as our navigation. you
Right.
know, Stuff like that. Well, I mean, how about this? Everybody I know today's world got a car. They can't go down the street without turning on their GPS.
Right.
Okay, so why couldn't, again, the navigation system would work for both of us, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like we're asking for something special. It'll work for them too. You
That's
know,
funny you say that, Ed, because I know people know where I live. I can feel where I'm at. And I'm like, why do you have that on? You don't remember where I live?
I mean, it happens all the time. I mean, people that have been to my house 100 times, they give me a ride home. What's your address again?
Right.
Come on, man. You've been to my house 100 times. You can't remember how to get there.
Right.
They the people. I mean, again, we done got lazy.
Lazy.
You
Lazy.
know, I mean, just like we were talking about earlier with these passwords and stuff, we done got lazy. We want to do
Right.
simple stuff that we can remember. I mean, come on. Before we had cell phones, you carried around a little phone book, or
That's
you
right.
memorized the
Or you
numbers.
memorize the number. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Why is it so hard to remember, whatever the combination of things is? Once you get it in your head, you should have it.
Right.
I
But
mean,
it
I
seems
think
like
this,
there's a password for everything now, though. I mean, you have all your people's phone numbers you had to memorize, but it just seems like everything has a different password.
right. But again, I mean, I don't know. My mind, I'm thinking, okay, look, once you sign in from something like, for instance, okay, everybody got a phone now, right? Once you sign in from your phone, I mean, the iPhones, I trust them. They supposed to be all encrypted and whatnot, right?
Right.
So, you create this password or whatever, you store that in your phone, number one, so it's going to remember what your password is, right? Number two, once you sign in, whenever you go into it, it automatically logs you in
Right.
and
Right.
it verifies that it's your phone that's logging in. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too simplified. I don't know.
Well,
Uh,
this is my opinion. I think we as blind individuals have the upper hand because we're forced to use our brain and remember because we're no longer able to write things down. Yes, we do have notes and things of that sort with the phone or the computer, but we rely on our brain. We're forced to remember these numbers and passwords and things of that sort because we no longer can visually write them or see them.
well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I got when I can save a password on a device, I save it. But at the same time, I back it up and I got documents on my computer. Maybe I'm putting out too much information, but I don't know. But again, I do that also for my family. I'm an old man. If something happens, they might need to get into some of this stuff, right?
Right, right.
So they can get into my computer. My passwords are in there. To do what all the really good important stuff anyway. You know, so but like I said, maybe I'm putting too much information. I don't care. I'm old. It's, I believe in having a backup. I
Yeah.
do. So
Now I do
uh,
have stuff like that as well, Ed. My security number, bank account information, but I keep it all in a safe, and it's for my family in case something happens to me because I live alone and I want them to have access to whatever they need to. So it's one individual that I trust with all of this information, just in case something happens. So it's good to keep a backup. You're not disclosing too much. You're just looking out for you and your family.
I think about my. I have a brother-in-law. He's originally from New York. He used to be a numbers runner,
Mm,
and they don't write nothing down.
gotcha.
Okay, they got to remember the number and who gave them that number and how much money they gave them.
Wow.
So they got every number that they collect, they got to remember three different things: the number, the person, and how much they played on that number.
Mm,
Okay, and then they got to go into at the end of the night, and then they got to write all that stuff out for their people. You know what I'm saying? What they call
right.
the slips.
Right. Right.
you know, So I mean, again, people, we done got lazy. Technology has made us lazy in a lot of different ways. It's going to continue to make us lazy. Hell, AI is making us lazy.
Right.
So
Right.
I don't know. I use AI a lot now. It simplifies a lot of stuff for me. Uh, uh, Again, I know Britt uses AI a lot. I
Oh
mean,
well,
it's
I'm super lazy, so I'm all for it. But I can't wait for the robots that are gonna do everything for us. I'm ready. I'm ready for my home robot.
well. I was talking about it earlier, Britt. I got my Meta Ray bands on. I got my live AI finally turned on, so I can use it now. And when we're done, I'm feeling ready to start playing with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just to see how much it's going to help me. I mean, again, not that it's hopefully it's going to make me more energetic. I can be able to do more. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You heard it
So
here first, guys. Ed is me around from now on. Thank you, Ed.
I want to do what from now?
You're gonna guide me around from now on. Thank you, Ed.
Well, hey, if I can make these things work like that, baby, again, and if it works out, which I hope it does work out, before we even know, I want to say thank you, Brittany, because you've been my eyes for a long time. Okay, for those of y'all that don't know, Brittany has very, very, very little sight. Okay, but Brittany has guided me for years. Brittany was like my little road dog. She said, "Come on, Ed, you want to go? Let's go." You know what I'm saying? And she helps me get from point A to point B. And 99.9% of the time, we get there without any hiccups. We have had a few hiccups though, but we've been able to laugh about them hiccups later on as well. It wasn't funny when we was going through it, though, was it, Brett?
No, most definitely not. But man, if those metas work, I'm gonna be like, hey, come on, read that sign. Where are we going? Come on, what are we doing?
Hey, I'm down, baby. I'm down. So before we get out of here, we got any final comments, sweetie?
God first wants to know what badges are on the iPhone, and that's above my pay grade.
Yeah, I'm sorry, baby. Pedro left, and he's the only one can answer that question up in here. That's it.
Yeah,
Yep.
I had asked it earlier, but I guess we just never got back to it because, I figured somebody might want to know what it was.
Yeah, I mean, I guess a badge is whatever type of email it might be. Sales or whatever. Whatever category it might fall in. I'm thinking. I don't know. I also heard something about having special, like I guess your people whatever they got their picture with them. Whatever. I don't know. I, I, that kind of stuff is useless to me right now. So until they make it audible,
Right,
There's
right.
really no, yeah.
it's just useless to me. So on that note, well, uh, as always, like I say on the way out, please like, follow, share,
There's
comment.
no wrap it up music today. I guess Pedro's not here.
No, I can't do both things at one time. So,
Bing,
uh,
bing, 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 bing.
but again, hopefully you guys like what we do. I know, again, at least there's a few of you because we're steadily growing. So I appreciate you. But again, like I said, like, follow, subscribe, hit the notifications, comment, share, all that stuff. It really, really, really does help. So everybody have a great, great weekend. And we really appreciate you. So we will see you again on Monday morning. Have a great one.